G'day everyone, in this video here we're going to be looking at experimental probability and working out a problem based on this. So just remember, experimental probability, just got a shorthand, is equal to the number of times the outcome occurs. So occurs or happens, I'm just shortening it. So how much it occurs over the total number of trials. So I'm just going to put occurs over trials. So that's what you need to remember with experimental probability. So we'll get into this question here where we have a biscuit jar contains an unknown number of biscuits and a biscuit is drawn from the jar then replaced. The procedure is repeated 50 times and the type of biscuit is recorded each time. 30 choc chip biscuits were recorded. So that's the key bits of information that we have in the question. There was 50 trials and there was 30 choc chip biscuits recorded. So for part A, find the experimental probability for selecting a choc chip biscuit. We got our experimental probability. So you can write experimental probability or just probability of, I'm just going to say CC for choc chip. And it's how many times it occurred. So how many times did they select a chocolate chip cookie? That was 30, right in the last sentence there. And how many trials were done? There was 50 trials. So that's 30 over 50. Now, we just need to simplify this down. So hopefully you can simplify this down as a fraction. 10 goes into both numbers, so it's 3 over 5. Or if you like as a decimal, you could write 0.6. Okay, so they're the different, the experimental probability for selecting a choc chip biscuit. Now part B, this is where we need to find the expected number of choc chip biscuits in the jar if the jar contained 200 biscuits in total. So we just need to go off the information that we're given to work this out. So how we actually work this out is that we have the expected number So the expected number is just going to be equal to your probability times the number of trials. Okay, so you find the expected number of choc chip biscuits drawn if it contained 200 biscuits in total. So our expected number of choc chip is going to equal the probability, which we've already worked out as 0.6 or 3/5 times the number of trials, which is 200. So 3/5 by 200 or 0.6 by 200, this actually equals to 120. So there'd be 120 would be the expected number of choc chip cookies when there's 200 trials. So we can only use the information that we've got to have the best estimate of what will happen if there's more trials. So hopefully this helps with working out experimental probability and finding the expected number from a certain amount of trials. And good luck.